Cause I rock a Mitri. Fly young joint that I caught from Sister Riri. I used to lope with the Crips, now I'm brewing with them Hebrews. Listen. walk in the building, they think I go drive a cab. I say no, I slap like you just got my Bible on the dash. 26 to 6-inch lift, truth music banging in the bag. Rocking them true religions and go rockin' fake religion. I see cotton or oxymoron when I hear that true religion. You say you be rockin' Levi's, I rock it with real Levi's. He's a real shooter, you can tell it when I pass by.
Dang it, Bobby.
We just gonna turn all the way up then.
Yes, indeed.
Man.
Yeah, that's all classics right there, man. That could with Kai. I don't know if you ever been on his music, man. That brother there,
man, I will be now.
That brother there be banging out some hitters. He from Houston. And it's all in his music.
Already.
He just got that
H-time.
Swag. Okay.
Yeah.
Houston. It ain't all that. I mean,
Oh, you sound like such a hater right now. Aw. You guys have PZ. Oh, wait, that's Fort Worth. Never mind.
I don't like her right now.
Who that was guy?
Yeah, nah, she all right. But yeah, we like to welcome you to the True Be Told Flex podcast.
Yeah.
We are back with another episode. This is 154 of them, y'all.
154, bro. That's where's the
154? Look, come to episode 200. We really do need to try to do something special, man, for episode 200.
Yeah, we got to. We got to plan something out.
We got to plan something for episode 200. But I appreciate you. Yo, you've been around since how long? Episode
92. It was right May, June of 2022. So
just go back. We're gonna go into the archive and find out.
I'm gonna need one of y'all to write this down because I know y'all have had this conversation at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Might be more than that, sis.
The
way my mind set up.
Since I've been here.
She know her mind set up, man.
My mind set up. We done probably discussed about 17 times.
Really, probably got another 17 more to discuss it. Hey, we'd like to give a shout out to everybody that is in the chat tonight. Please light it up. We got some great topics that we got to talk about tonight, man.
Listen, 31 shares on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. 31 shares on Facebook already. Come on.
Oh, praise.
I'm sorry. To the most
48. 48.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
We just
all right.
So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. The Most High is blessing this show. And I want to say this, and then I'm going to be real quick. I just want everybody to know that rock with us here at the Truth Be Told. this show has really saved my life spiritually, like for real, because without this show, I really don't know what I'll be doing. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not a part of a camp. I would not be a part of a camp, which means that I don't like just rock with assemblies. This me being able to do this for real is a ministry, and it's not just a ministry for you guys, it's a ministry for myself as well. And I treat it as a ministry, and I give this to the Most High so he can give it back to you guys. So I just want to put that out there and let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, that this has truly been a blessing. We got a guest in the house tonight. This is exactly.
Yeah, this is not a guest.
Yeah, we got family in the house. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll put it to you this way: if she were here, she'd be having to wash dishes.
Right.
Guests don't wash dishes.
That was family.
Like that.
Right, that was family, exactly. So yeah, we're gonna bring her in. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Put me to work.
She did, yeah. That's why you dipped in and dipped out. Ain't like not right now.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. You know what I mean? What's going on?
It's good to have you back.
Hey, it was good to see y'all a couple of weeks ago.
It was.
It was
Great to see you.
But it always feels like it's just been a couple of days. It just always it's crazy.
Yeah. I can't wait for February. It's February.
I told y'all.
This brother weird. Now put it out. He got me nervous. I might just send a card with my picture on it, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the same zip code with Ayob as clean as that brother say he gonna be, man.
Every year they come stepping.
Listen, this year, sis, I'm gonna be cleaner than a new napkin. I'm telling you.
We're gonna have to broadcast from the roof.
Right.
Mighty Clouds of Joy, Blind Boys of Alabama.
Ain't gonna have
the whining.
Not the 5 blind boys.
I'm getting where they got their suits from. That's where my suit is coming from. I'm telling you. Look, it's gonna be down to the floor.
Not looking like Steve Harvey. You gonna have on the Steve. You gonna
with his lemon pepper steppers.
I ain't playing. The lemon pepper steppers gonna be this long.
Right.
Curled up.
Curled up too.
Curled up, pointing back to me.
Right.
Oh man.
Exactly.
Good grief.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Yes, man.
All praises. I cannot wait to see what this brother got in store. For him to talk like that, he already got it in vision, or it's in the making of what. But say, I know that brother's gonna be clean.
Yes. And the drip and sip is in the making. So if you guys are a fashion company, we are doing it big with the fashion this year. If you're a fashion company, it's time for you to go ahead and get at us. Artists, not so much just yet, but fashion companies, go ahead and get at us. Email us, hit us on the website. We're putting this thing together. You know, it's going to be bigger and better this year, so we got to put a little bit more effort in it. So if you're a fashion company, get at us immediately.
Let's go.
Yes.
You heard him. When we gonna start promoting?
Probably October, November.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably October, November. So yeah, right now we putting everything together. We putting everything together. If you already family and you know if you family or not, you performing, you don't have to worry about it. So
come on now.
Yeah.
And October will be right.
Man,
right around the corner.
We're at the end of July already. This is insane.
Y'all, the days is shortening now.
Yes. For sure.
Come on with prophecy now.
We're gonna bring out some stuff in this show today, man.
And
I sent my wife a random text today. I said, yo, I'm ready to move out the city. And I had to send her one right behind that, you know, hey, I love you, because I ain't want to scare her. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I love you too. What happened? I was like, nothing specific. It's just that I just got an angst, and I don't know who you are, what your life is like right now, but if you don't have like an angst, if you don't feel that things are changing, you might need to check your spiritual life for real. Look, I mean, there are times, and this is not fear, okay? So don't take this word that I'm going to use as fear, but I have a nervousness when I move about now.
Right.
Because things are so different. I have a nervousness.
Right.
You don't know.
The crazy.
You don't know.
I'm talking about when somebody from this household goes to the store, I'm in prayer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, and living in a city like Houston, over 4 million people, And the main freeway in this city is 45. We live on the south side, so you know it's the vein of the city. You know, in and out of the city. You know, I just don't. You know, if the Most High can bless me to be able to get out of this city into a rural area, you know, that's what it is that I want to do. I do not want to be caught in a metropolitan city. Not any of them. Right. You know, when the rubber meets the road, I want to be somewhere where my neighbor is so far away from me that if I want to go outside, you know what I'm saying, in my boxers, I can do that and be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's so serious.
Yeah.
Get outside.
And I'm so sincere.
Yeah, so sincere. Looking like Black Snake Moan. You know what I'm saying?
Now going out looking like that, you're gonna have to be in rural somewhere.
Please and thank you.
Look, Samuel L. Jackson on Black Snake Moan was scared. Everybody,
what you talking about, man?
Indeed.
And he was looking.
With them drawers hanging, boy. Like that old man on that. Y'all seen that old man on that little meme that's going around at the mailbox?
Yep.
I don't think I've seen it yet. I need to catch up.
You'll see it in a couple of days. It's making the circulation. It's going around and around. You'll see it. Because
they done talked about it, it'll show up on our phones by the time the show.
The next song, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But I'm gonna be quiet. Yo, if you got anything you want to say, man, welcome the people back in before we turn it over.
Welcome back. Before we turn it over, I do want to recognize somebody in the building before we go any further. She probably gonna kill me, but I know we don't normally, we don't celebrate birthdays, but y'all see that little young lady on the screen? That is McCall. She turns 24 today. So I just wanted to
praises.
Praises.
That's a blessing.
Look, she coming up the stairs right now. You want my daddy?
The Most High continue to bless her.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
She made it for another year, Nisi.
Yeah, yes. I'm proud, not with pride, but proud as far as the woman she's becoming in the Most High and how far he's brought her. Just amazing growth. Her and her sisters, man. She's a true example. Like a lot of people in Yasharal say, she's being a true example, a modest young lady in these times in the truth. Because when I was 24, I wasn't in the truth.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. She's rare fruit for real.
Real.
So exactly. I just wanted to recognize her. Happy born day.
Praises, man.
I love you. Proud of you.
Oh, we love her.
She gonna get me.
Absolutely. Yes, she is. Don't do it too bad.
I've been talking this whole time with a muted mic, man.
Picking up on my side.
Over there.
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell either.
All right, then. Banath?
I really don't have anything. I love it. I said I like it. I love it when Sister Delta comes because she gets to do all the announcements. I don't really have to do much. So when I said wash dishes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
We definitely have a lot going on, sis. Or do you have a certain order, or you just want me to just start?
You can start, and I'll just try and keep up with however you do what you do.
All right. So first, I want to give a shout out to Jubilee Holiday. Shout out to P Soul, the owner and operator and ambassador of Jubilee Holidays. That is a nonprofit organization that's home based here in Dallas, Texas. P Soul is out here doing everything for the community, y'all. I'm talking about putting together backpacks with sleeping bags and coats and blankets and survival supplies, hosting survival classes, teaching these people how to survive. You would be surprised. Well, no, you really would be surprised about what the homeless district looks like in Dallas, Texas.
I wouldn't be. I know.
People are throwing up tents like that's the thing to do. I was shocked. I can't believe people is accepting. Oh, well, we don't have nowhere to live. Let's just go buy us a couple of tents. What?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been like that. I don't know if they're in the same area, but it's been like that.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So shout out to our brother P Soul, because this brother is actually doing the groundwork. He is going to these slums, to these places where people are scary and really will not go, and he is giving the people the help that they need, the resources that they need. So if you find it in your heart, you want to donate, you want to be a part of something that's really genuine, that we know for a fact this man is going out here and doing this work, holla at your brother. Find him on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Jubilee Holidays, Jeff Walden. That's that Jubilee Holidays. That's what we do. That's what we doing in Dallas, Texas. So shout out to that brother for all the works that he's doing.
Yeah, P Soul is a genuine dude too.
He really is. I love that brother. He is a real genuine brew.
You'll drop a jewel on you in a heartbeat. You'll catch up with it 3 days later.
Right.
That's what he meant.
It's one of them that'll go over your head for real.
Yeah.
His testimony is very interesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very
It's a one of a kind. So I'm excited to be working with him with Jubilee Holidays, and I pray that they succeed in everything that they're trying to do. So yes. Y'all don't miss out on the newest issue of the Light Hebrew magazine that's going to be dropping Saturday night after the Shabbat. So everybody's going to be at home lazy, still not doing anything. If y'all do what I do after the Shabbat, I'm still Shabbat until Sunday night. I just still be chilling. So right now, you can go and view our sister face cover at tlhmagazine.net, and we'll be dropping a new issue, like I said, Saturday after the Shabbat. This issue is very interesting. Faith has a lot of interesting stories, and there's a lot of cool music and videos in that issue. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about these Brew Originals, y'all. So this issue that's getting ready to drop Saturday after the Shabbat, we did a couple of articles about what we call the Brew Originals. And what the Brew Originals are is the artists that are from the original brew music, the ones that started it, the ones that paved the way for all of the artists that you see now. Surprisingly, a lot of these artists are not like as active in the music anymore. For whatever reason, it's been crazy watching them grow in music and all that. But this issue, we took some time out to, give them their flowers while we're still able to, because I wouldn't even, be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for these brothers, because they provided an example. They set the bar. They made it easy for me to create a media platform, for me to create, what I'm doing now. Those brothers had it together. The video that you just played, the all white,
Meet You Down.
If you don't know Meet You Down, you need to go back and figure it out, because you can't be no brew if you do not know that song.
Hey, what Mike say? You ain't black if you don't vote for me. You are not a brew if you don't know Meet You Down. Come on.
Right.
Because them boys, to this day, it's a #1 playlist on all feast days. I don't care what state, what country. If you a modern day Israelite and you're having a feast day or some type of gathering, you're playing all white. You definitely playing Meet You Down. So shout out to those brothers. Like you were saying, what's his name from Houston? I always call him Elliot because that's his name on Facebook. But what's his name?
Kadam Rakai.
Him, Peasy, Fred and the Genius. A lot of Genius.
Fred and the Genius got
Come on. These are the brothers and sisters. Your IQ, Linolia. These are the brothers and sisters that really.
So Linolia dates back that far too?
Yes.
I did not know that.
You can find. There's a song that she did called "I Chose What I Chose." She became out like the Hebrew Israelite Missy Elliott.
Wow. Okay, I know. Okay, so I mean, Linolia got skills, like for real. Linolia, she did a freestyle in a car on Facebook, man, and I know I listened to that thing no less than 15 times.
Right.
She got some bars. Now she's a part of 144K Gold. Shout out to Paige. Shout out to the family over there. But before she was part of that label, she was independent, and she's a original.
Right. I did not know that. I don't think I ever listened to her music back then. I just found out about Linolia. I'm gonna say probably when she got on with 144K. It's when
around for years. Linolea's been around for years.
I'm gonna have to go dig up some archives. I'm gonna have to go into the archive.
Yes, you do. The videos, the visuals. I'm talking. They were setting the standard. They were setting the bar. You know, just for example, in that all white video, you got the fashion they bringing out. They bringing out. If you let anybody to this day that's not in the truth watch that video, they're going to understand what we're trying to beat into their head. And
that's one of the reasons and I know I'm probably one of the few ones that's on this side, but I'm one of I feel that our truth music should remain separated. I feel that our truth music should remain, because the very thing that you said is one of the things that I always say about our music is that song could be 15 years old. And it's still right. But if you come into the truth today and you turn that song on, that song is brand new to you. Don't think it's new. And exactly. Now, if that song has been played over the radio 1,000 times, it'll get played out and everybody will hear it. You know what I'm saying? Set apart means set apart. It's holy music. So let it continue. That's why we need our own producers, our own radios, our own distributors, our own this, our own that, our own that. So when you come into the truth, we can introduce you to this here. One of the original co-hosts of Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, Roshan Judah.
Roshan Judah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the originals of the truth. And when I tell you that, brother, man, I would love to hear you, Ayob. I just tell the Delta that I would love for you and Roshan to do that, brother. Roshan sings and rap. Yep. And that brother is Roshan on a different level, man, for real. Wow. Music.
Pretty Lady will forever
yes.
a Hebrew love classic.
Wow. Yeah. Man. Yo, because he's an R&B brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get all them to start making, a couple singles again. Drop some music.
Man, them brothers get together.
I'm doing a little something. We gonna hear from Roshan soon. Shout out to Roshan if you watch.
Yeah, shout out, bro.
They making a little noise in the background.
All right, they're good.
Y'all, let's not forget, we got to talk about Hezekiah's new album.
Man, we were talking about that, brother, when you beeped in.
When you popped in, that's what we were talking about.
Oh,
I was just
his thing.
Yeah, I was just on the treadmill today working out and lost track of time. I was going through from the Rent Almighty. I was making
an extra mile on that thing.
I was like, whoa, what time is? Let me get back off my lunch break. But yeah, he got a Ruwaco fire. If I couldn't say it anymore, it is.
Yes.
Spiritually, I am full. Seriously. And he got bars though. So like
yes, he does. Perfect features, perfect beat selections. Album ran smooth through. My favorite track on the album is Caleb.
Yeah,
he shout out to you, Hezekiah. You did your thing. All praise to the Most High for representing Israel the way Israel should be represented. And
I'm gonna tag you guys on the Facebook post, but the post I made, somebody from Hot 97, a real DJ from Hot 97 commented. Now, this is how I know it's real. You know how you get those spam comments about go to my page and I'm a DJ that, and you go to their page and they follow more people than they got followed. But this is a Hot 97 DJ with about 130,000 followers. So and he commented and said, I just listened and this is the sound we're looking for. So Hezzy, if you listening, I'm gonna tag y'all in the post once we done.
Please do.
This is what we've been praying for.
That's right.
The world is looking for light. We've been saying it.
Absolutely.
They're looking for light. And when they hear that, they know, okay, this is different from any rap I've heard. I don't care what genre. This is different. And they're gonna
his music really is different because I mean, that's what we was talking about coming in. We have artists that's in the truth that's giving the nation fire music. I mean, it's fire. But and this is no shot at none of the artists. It still sounds a lot like the music, you know what I'm saying, that we hear. Hezekiah music is fire, but it's on a whole different level. It elevates you. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly
for real.
It's set apart for real, man. It's like when I listen to this dude music, Jerusalem, I'm like feeling Jerusalem. I'm seeing Jerusalem.
You're there.
Right, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can hear the Father talking to you through a lot of his music, man. It's different for real. So, you know, and like I say, I love the artists that are out there. You know, this is nothing negative towards any of you guys' music. It's just a whole different cut of meat. You know, you got you know what, some cuts of steak. You know, you got that, and then you got that. You know what I'm saying?
You can definitely be the one to kick in the door and usher everybody else in. He can definitely be the perfect candidate for that.
Yeah. He kind of like in the music world, he would be like what was his name that fell out of the truth, man, that helped bring a lot of cats in with his teaching? Throwback Jacob.
Oh, drawback Jacob.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to get your family member in the truth and they don't want to listen to you, just slip them a Drawback Jacob video.
Was putting it down.
Yes, he was.
Behind them videos.
Yeah.
Like I was sending them to everybody. Like Yep. He broke it down Barney style, and that is what Hezekiah does in the music. Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But man, you know, that's great, man. Hopefully we can get Hezzy back on the show sometime soon.
Absolutely.
We can chop it up with him again. Any more announcements?
Yes.
We do have some more. Yep, we got another one, I know for sure.
What you looking at me for? Sister Delta, were you done?
Yes. Oh, I thought it was when I forgot. I was like, which one did I forget?
You did. I'll throw it up there and let you speak on it.
Bam.
Oh, yes. My brother David at Light LLC. He provides all type of media services. He's a one-stop shop. He does a lot of work for us here at the Light magazine. Most of our promo videos are done by him. Most of our flyers. He's been doing the covers for the past couple of months. So yeah, make sure that if you're looking for a content creation, video editing, all of those services listed up right there on the flyer, make sure that you holler at him. Good integrity, great customer service, wants to really help his people and loves what he does. So yeah,
praises,
holler at our
praises.
Good guy too.
Right.
Good guy, great guy.
Yep, been rocking with David for some years.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Good brother.
All right. Well, I don't really have a lot of announcements. Really, I only had one major announcement. I'm going to throw this up there. Our brother Jamil, the Trunk Rattler, has been nominated for Truth Music Awards. He has a whole plethora, a whole list.
He got to come out of there with some kind of power.
Right. He was nominated for Best Lyricist, Best Collaboration featuring Hondo Alatunde and our very own Ayo Benyahu.
Okay. I
And
know
then he had Best Collaboration with Ayo again, Lift Your Spirit, Song of the Year featuring Hondo Alatunde, Let Me Find Out, Video of the Year, Cold, Record Label of the Year, Ya Life Inc., Album of the Year, Righteous Rap Tunes,
come on now,
and Male Hip Hop Artist of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Congrats, homie.
Yeah.
Wow.
What we've been saying, Ayo, about
look, I'm looking in the camera. Start putting some respect
on this man's name.
Indeed.
Some respect on it.
That's real.
RSPEK, respect.
That's right.
Hey, that is
Jamil for me is like UGK combined in the truth.
Yeah.
That's the flavor that he gives me, like the Pimp C flavor.
Yeah.
I love Jamil.
Yeah. Jamil got a whole different vibe, man. And that his music has transcended that red wine, both of those.
Man.
He shot up 1,000 with those.
Then they dropped Kingdom Time.
Then they dropped Kid Rock. From
Yeah.
Royal Rap Tune.
It's a vibe for real.
Mariah brought the perfect ghetto fashion.
Right.
That was an excellent collaboration. It was an excellent choice.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something about that. What is it called again? Go back that Hundo.
Shine.
Let me find out.
Let say, man.
Let me find out.
Let me find out, man. Say,
hard.
Them boys is going off on that. Let me find out.
Let me find out.
Somebody made them mad when they made that song. They was throwing shots at somebody on that.
Yeah,
shots fired.
They was lighting them up with the AR.
Whoever it was, they knew who they were talking about. He said, "Let me find out that your girl is a man." I was like, "Wait a minute, hold up."
No, your girl is a man.
Reggie Kodesh in the house.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Shalom, Reggie.
Man.
Yeah. Well, look here, man. If that is all the announcements, we got a packed show tonight. I'm assuming that we probably need to go ahead and get to it. Delta, we love you. We can't wait to see you again next month.
Thank you guys for having me.
Always
keep me posted with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? With that other situation that we was talking about. Yeah, keep me posted on that. And sister, hey, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep making Israel look good. And hey, that's somebody else. You need to put some respect on that name.
Absolutely. The hardest working sister in the nation, I know.
Looking in the camera again.
For the ones
respect on it.
For the ones that don't, for the ones that got a problem.
Everything you think about is gonna come.
Okay, all right.
For the ones that got a problem with Delta, I've been rocking with Delta for a minute. Hey, it ain't Delta. I'm going to be honest with you, man. One of the laws says thou should not covet. And I believe that that's a lot of the problem that a lot of people have with my sister Delta, man.
They need to stop that because I just want to be great. I just want them to be great. It's not no competition where you can't compete. So stop tripping on me.
Ooh, bars.
I was born to do.
I know, right?
This. I don't have to eat at your table. The Most High has got one ready for me on my own, with my own household. I'm not messed up about having any friends. My husband is my friend. That he approves, I love, and they're around me. If you come and visit me at my house, you're family, and I love you. If you've been invited to my house, you're family, and I love you. Anybody else, I could care less. I'm
Come on now. You heard it. You heard it. I might make a reel on that one.
And I've been to the house, so I'm family. So
I've been invited to the house, so I'm family.
And even though I dislike it, I will wash dishes if you ask me.
Family. What's understood don't have to be explained.
Facts.
I know that the way that I acted last week, a lot of people were upset about that, and I'm sorry that you're upset. But I am, in my opinion, the Harriet Tubman of this generation. And I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to lead my people where they need to lead. And I'm going to expose what I need to expose. If I'm lying about anything, please, somebody publicly call me a liar so I can address it. I love y'all.
Hey, we love you too, Delta. We love you too.
I see y'all in chat.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We thank y'all for hanging around with us. Our announcements was a little longer than normal. We're going to try our best to bang this show out and end it in a decent time. With that being said, I guess let's get it.
All right. So a couple of the talk amongst yourselves, things didn't necessarily make our hot topic list, but these are a few things that I felt like people need to kind of pay attention to, go research, look it up and read some stuff on your own. But these are the things that did not make it to the list, but were noteworthy. The first one is the deadly Nympha virus, as India races to contain another outbreak. So apparently this is a virus that's been kind of going around for a while. But I think the biggest thing that people need to know about this virus is that it is zoonotic, which basically means it can spread from animals to humans and can infect humans through direct contact with infected animals or their bodily fluids, or after eating contaminated food such as fruit products contaminated with urine or saliva from infected bats. So I don't know if any of you remember the movie Outbreak and Contagion. You know, they didn't just get those movies from nowhere. They didn't just pull that out the sky. That stuff legitimately happened. So want to keep our eyes on this. They're not talking about it a lot in the news, but I figure if it's out there somewhere, it's something worthy of keeping an eye on. Ayo, did you have a comment?
No, I was just saying Contagion and 28 Days Later, Outbreak. Those I remember Outbreak with was it Dustin Hoffman? I remember with the banana, with the bat biting the banana, and the guy in the market bought the bananas and ate it and got sick on the plane. I remember that goes through my mind every day. And every time I hear something like, you know, Ebola or DVOC 91, a new strand and something like this, my mind goes back to that scene in the movie. And it starts from a small one person, and he touches doorknobs and now in the whole airport, and now you got 30,000 people that come in that airport going to all parts of the world. 3 or 4 days, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
All right. Well, the Simpsons have done it again. So is she really going to be president? I just thought it was funny that they predicted this, and if you see the pearls here, the purple suit, you know, the Simpsons have been known for throwing this out there, and they don't always come back and say, or the writers of the Simpsons don't always come back and say, yeah, we predicted that. But this one they actually spoke on. So it wasn't one of those, somebody pulled some stuff from a bunch of different Simpson episodes and tried to
There's no way they be
together.
predicting this stuff. They Simpsons be spilling game.
That too. But my point was they don't always come back in and comment. They actually gave commentary on this one. So I just thought it was interesting. For those of you,
don't they?
For those of you who eat deli meat, there has been a listeria infection linked to the deli meats. It has already killed 2. It's affected 28 people across the U.S. So the CDC has put out a warning. So if you're a deli meat person, just be mindful. I know some of us like to, you know, make our sandwiches, you know, to have for lunch for the week or whatever. So if that's one way or one reason,
brand?
They haven't given a brand. It's just deli meats.
That's
period.
Crazy.
You know, deli meats is processed food. It's not something you should really be consuming anyway. So that's what I'm saying. If there's something that's going to keep you or stop you from eating these processed meats, that should do it.
Wow.
That should do it.
I'm a sandwich man, though.
And this next one, this one, oh Jesus. So
I purposely tried not to talk about this.
I know, but so I saw this somewhere when you grinning like you the one that shot up the club.
I know, right?
But the reason I thought this one was so interesting is because I have spent a significant amount of time on social media platforms, people I know that all are convinced that she is a he. They keep saying, you know, that's really a man, that's really a man, that's really a man. Well, what makes it now hard to defend, even though I know her personally, I know she is not a man, is the fact that she has now said she wants their baby to refer to her as Pops.
That's Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
That is Brittany Griner. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Everything about, and it's like my wife said, man, if you know that they say 3 degrees of separation or whatever.
6 degrees.
6 degrees of separation. Yeah.
Y'all know
the separation wasn't so close to Brittany Griner. I would be probably one of the main ones in the fourth one, going in if that's a man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not a man. Okay. Definitely not a man.
Right. She's a woman.
But bruh, I say, look, man, it's an abomination. That's what it is. Abomination.
Wow.
That's what it is. And that's funny. Before that was posted, what my wife just showed, like she the one that shot up the club. Before that was posted, when I saw that picture, that same picture with no caption, I told my wife, I said, she acting like she done did something, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking PG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, right after that, you know, saying that
You
caption
ain't did
came out.
nothing.
They did
You
nothing,
ain't
man.
did nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's the world that we live in, though, man. And it's sad. And look, that right there is proof that the Messiah is on his way. It's on his way. It's on his way.
All right. Well, without further ado, I know it's been all over the news. Everybody has been speculating on it, talking about it. So we're gonna add our commentary to this. So Biden steps down.
That face.
After weeks of conversation and whispers, Sunday, July 21st, Joe Biden withdrew from the presidential race. This is the first time in history this has happened.
I thought it was the second time. I thought
not a sitting president. I don't.
Not a sitting president.
Not a sitting president. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He and on top of this, he offered his full endorsement for Kamala Harris. That being said, what do you think were the major factor or factors in Biden's decision to finally step down? I don't know which one of y'all want to tackle this one first.
Don't matter. You want to grab it out?
Yeah, I'll go first because it ain't a lot to this. What was a major factor or factors in Biden's decision to finally step down? Remember, we've been saying this the whole time on the show. We are in an election year, right? And we've been saying keep your eyes tuned because it was going to get very interesting. They always talk about an October or November surprise, right? So now Biden's dropped out like over the weekend. What did we say last Thursday? We was like, bro, it's gonna happen this weekend. You remember after the show, we started texting like, I think this is the weekend, and boom, he steps down, and in steps Kamala Harris. So we've been saying the main attraction is they had to secure the so-called black vote. That has been the main topic these past 6 to 8 months on how. I can't remember what episode, but we were talking on how the so-called black community, this was the one race where they were saying, we're not voting. We just not going to do it. We're done with it. We're tired of it. It's the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting what? A different result, and we don't have it. So now, this is what it's all about. Remember that 18 through the 26, that 8 year, the 26-year-olds, for 8 years they've been able to vote. So now they kind of the veteran of the elder statesmen to the new voters, the 18 to 20-year-olds or the 24-year-olds that's just voted one time. So now their age group is targeted. They know what we gonna do. Black males and women that's our age and older, they know. They got that demographic. But the demographic, the ones out of college, the ones that are just out of high school going to college, to them, remember what Joe Biden looked like, the reason the Democratic Party was out of touch. And people were resonating with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a little younger, and Biden was that old man, you young punks, turn down your music. That's what he reminds everybody of.
Man,
I'ma get you. I'ma call the police. You young punks. Walking his little dog, and the dog just and you be like, oh, I just want to trip you, old man. So now, out steps him. Here comes a younger, so-called female of color. Now Donald Trump is in that role. You young whippersnappers, I hate you guys. So now that age group,
T-20 seconds.
18 to 24 is the biggest reason that Biden finally was like, all right, Obama stepped in and had a conversation over the weekend like, listen,
9, 8,
these young folk, my
7,
daughter's age,
6,
bro, you out of touch with it. They don't believe in nothing
4,
you say.
3,
You're the old man
2,
pumping his fist
1,
to them about to call the police.
0.
So that's the main reason. And the other reason is that black vote. So the age group and the black vote, both hand in hand, is definitely why he stepped down.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. I agree with it wholeheartedly. Yeah, I know, right? That's funny what he said.
That's right.
But his poll numbers were slipping.
Oh,
they really was slipping on all of the factors that Ayo was talking about, why his poll numbers were slipping. But you know those donors that love to throw money around, because they really do. They throw money around like they making it rain inside of the club. Well, they decided, yo, you know what? Because your poll numbers are slipping, Biden, we are going to hold on to our funds. And he was being pushed out by his own people. Joe was hearing it over and over again, no matter how many times he was being asked by the media, Joe, if your party asked you to step down, would you do it? Oh, I'm not going to step down.
Right.
Look at here. I beat him once and I beat him again. I'm in this thing. There's work that we got to do. Well, your money dried up, your poll numbers are slipping, and your party is constantly telling you, Joe, you need to step down. Then that debate on the 27th of June, that was disastrous, people. It was disastrous. If his poll numbers were not slipping before then, they took a nosedive after that debate. And it was at that time that he lost all faith in the rest of his party. It was at that time, because before that debate, you had a few saying he needed to, but you had the majority saying, no, it's okay. He's going to be the man. Then the press conference come, right? And that made it even worse for Joseph. And then out of the blue, guess what? Joseph contracted COVID. Now, let me throw this out here. By no means am I saying that this rumor is true. Okay, I'm not saying it. We got until Friday to know if it's true or not. I know we've been seeing images floating around, but yo, we understand how technology is. But there are some that got a great argument that is suggesting that Joseph Robertine Biden Jr. is no longer among us.
50 seconds.
Now, if that's not true, if that is true, that's one hell of a good reason to drop out of a race. Now,
T-minus 40 seconds.
With all of this that has been going on, and just like Ayob said, he has gotten into that realm, even if he is still here amongst us. He has gotten into that realm where not only that age group that Ayob is talking about can't relate to him, he done moved into an age group that the majority of the people cannot even relate to him. Because you know, when you get so old, you are just straight honorary. Me and my wife watched an old person one time, and my wife had to check herself. She was about to go off. We watched an old person just walk right in front of us in a Walmart line like we weren't even standing there. Just got in front of us like we weren't even standing there, just old, you know? And I guess they feel when they get at a certain age, they can just do and say what it is that they want to do, and what it is that they say, that's Joe Biden right now, you know? Exactly. And so I know my time is up.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I
did this 3 minutes. We need 3.5.
No, you don't. You do great with 3. But this is a great segue into the next one. So that being said, Kamala has received all the votes she needed to be endorsed by the Democratic Party. So Monday, she successfully moved to shore up the support she needed to secure the 2024 Democratic presidential nomination. The count of delegates shows the 59-year-old Harris has secured endorsements in excess of 1,976 delegates needed to become the party's nominee in the first round of voting. It will ultimately be up to the delegates to pick the nominee. The Democratic Party on Monday laid out plans to hold a virtual vote to pick a nominee before August 7th, weeks before the Democratic National Convention that's scheduled to run August 19th through the 22nd in Chicago. Tennessee was the first state to pledge, all its eligible delegates to Harris on Sunday. South Carolina, North Carolina, New Hampshire, and Florida follow behind. And the list expanded on Monday to include more than 250 delegates from Florida, as well as delegates in Alabama, Maryland, Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Iowa. So obviously it looks like she is going to be the true nominee, the candidate for president. I apologize. What do you think the biggest challenges she's going to face going into the DNC and ultimately the run for president?
It looked like whatever obstacles that she would have had, she's rapidly taking care of them. You named off a litany of them. It seems like she got the support of the party. Whether they agree with it or not, they know that unity is something that they have to have. And the cash flow, my goodness, man, raising over $100 million in a record-breaking 48 hours. Yeah, that was crazy, man. And she already have a campaign slogan too. When we fight, we win. She got the people rallying behind her. Then you have the work of the house nigga like Roland Martin. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all people watch this dude's show, but Roland Martin, man, I know he is probably beloved by Negroes, but Roland Martin for real gets on my nerves, because it's cats like Roland Martin whose job is to keep the Negro in a state of ignorance. His organization, Black Star Network, registered 53,000 Black people, in which they raised $1.3 million and counting from 17,000 donors, people. And I believe that her biggest challenge is going to be, to answer the question, is articulating policies in which she is going to run on, because that's the one thing we have not really heard yet. Okay, she has not given any real policies. Kamala Harris has a unique gift of being able to say a lot of things, a lot of nothing, in a very beautiful way. Okay. Every talking point that she has had since emerging to the front is as the presidential nomination for the Democratic Party is to make sure that it is known that she's a former prosecutor and that Trump is a convicted felon. She has an uncanny way of getting people to move by the things that she say. And like I say, it's really not, nothing that she's saying that she's going to do this or she's going to do that when she get into the office. And that's how it's been for the last 8 years, because that's how what's his name, Biden, he ran on that same thing, man. So what she's going to do is paint the picture that Trump is a felon and that she know his type, like she say. But Black people, we are so Hosea 4 and 6 to the point that the only thing that we looking at is the fact that she has melanin in her. And we're going to run to the polls and we're going to vote for her. And we don't care what type of policies that she have. I don't even think that she need any policies. And she just went, and this to land back on what Ayo was talking about too with that generation. She just went not long ago to these HBCUs in her green and pink to go and solicit more money. And so the problem that they had with the Black vote, guess what? It's solved as well.
Good job.
Very well put. A lot to say in a brief amount of time. Awesome. I totally agree. Her slogan, to come up with the slogan. 3 minutes. And again, folks, like what Sherry is saying, to line back off, guess what? We're not even a week out yet into this new news cycle. It's not even 7 whole days or 5 business days. This all happened last Saturday and Sunday.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
So to do this and here's the kicker that we got. This is what's scary, man. This is what scares me as a former conservative. I'm speaking as a former conservative, in my opinion. This is what's scary. The "We Fight, We Win" slogan, to already have that only 2 days out, to have that number of delegates to already be on board, to get Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Jeffries, and Chuck Schumer to already have the highest Democrats in the Democratic Party to already get their endorsement, to get Joe Biden's endorsement. T-2 to have that slogan, that amount of money. And guess what, y'all? We're going to get to this topic later. She haven't even picked the vice president yet.
Joe?
That's scary. Because if she picked the right person that can resonate with young voters, it's a wrap. She won't have to. They won't have to. They're gonna have their convention. I think the Democratic convention. If I'm wrong, correct me. I think it's August 7th in Chicago. This is all that normally.
August. No. I'm sorry. It is like August
11th, 12th,
19th through the 22nd.
Okay,
19th
so
to the 22nd.
normally
It's in Chicago.
Yeah, it
and
is
it's
in Chicago.
Normally, a candidate will get a nice size bump between 5 to 7 points after. I think Trump, he only got 2. But if she's doing all of this, and then they have this, she pick her VP the night of
T-minus
that,
1 minute.
you can might as well sew November up. Because again, she's going to run as prosecutor against
T-minus 50 seconds.
And it's already kind of resonating. This Democratic base, y'all, 2-3 months ago, they was giving up. We got the old man. Trump is gonna land, and I do believe it would have been like literally, as far as electoral votes, you need 309 to win. It would have been like 330 something to like 115. Like it would have been the biggest landslide ever, and Trump would have won. Now it's flipped around. And this is what's scary. Seconds. So I think they are done. It's pretty much sold up with the Democratic Party. You will have to be a fool not to endorse her by now.
10,
seeing all
9,
this momentum and
8,
energy.
7,
like I said, just 2 months
6,
ago, they was giving up.
5,
now everybody,
4,
I mean, look online,
3,
look on X, they talking
2,
jump.
1.
Democrats got quiet. Liberals got quiet 2 months ago. They are talking jump. So they got their new nominee. Would it be another vote? I don't think it'll be a drama. I think at the Democratic convention, it's going to be easy sellings into November.
That's the reason why that Kennedy dude, what's his name? That's the reason why he didn't put his hat in, because it's understood that he's in an age group. They need, look, and we all know, let me say this before the clock started, we go to the other. We all know that us lower people votes really don't count. It's electoral college is how it do. But as Bernard has pointed out several times on the show, there is no law that is binding those representatives to go in and cast a vote according to what the people really want. Okay. Right. They can go in and they can vote any kind of way that they want. And so if you could sell the illusion that all of these black people is behind Kamala, if you could sell that illusion that this is who the people want in the office, if you can, whether that's the case or not, if you can sell that illusion, they will go in and they will make sure that Kamala be in that office. So you got people that say there's no way that she can beat Trump. Use a lie. You don't know how these people operate.
Right.
You don't know what it is that these people do. And so there is, so it's real possible that Kamala can get in that office, man. Yeah.
All right. So this is a great segue right before we go into our music break. This one is a little bit lengthy in terms of what I have to present to you guys, but I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of time for you guys to speak on it. So obviously, you brought up the point that she hasn't picked a VP yet, but there are some front runners that have emerged in terms of who she could potentially select. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of history or a little bit of feedback on each one of these. So you got Gretchen Whitmer. She's a Michigan. She's the governor of Michigan. She emerged as a prominent executive during the height of the COVID pandemic. Her leadership decisions, which included stay-at-home orders, made her the target of a kidnapping plot in 2020. I don't know if you guys remember this. She also prioritized efforts to expand affordable access to healthcare. She's invested billions of dollars in the state's infrastructure and created a department tasked with improving the quality of drinking water in Michigan. And she pitched herself as a staunch defender of reproductive rights. That's your kicker right there, the reproductive rights, because she's already kind of been speaking on that. The next one is Andy Beshear. He is the governor of Kentucky. He won re-election to a second term last November in a deep red state that Trump carried by about 25 points in 2020. Beshear is one of the nation's most popular governors. He's made headlines for his leadership of the state through the COVID-19 pandemic, deadly tornadoes in 2021, and catastrophic flooding in 2022. His father, Steve Beshear, was Kentucky governor for 2 terms and received national attention for lowering the state's uninsured rate from more than 20% to 7.5%, one of the country's largest improvements following the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, which was Obama's whole campaign Josh Shapiro. He is the governor of Pennsylvania. He was elected in a landslide victory in 2022, defeating a 2020 election denying far right state senator to become the third Jewish governor elected in the crucial swing state. Shapiro endorsed Harris on Sunday, calling her a patriot worthy of our support. And Shapiro was previously Pennsylvania's attorney general and had been floated by Democrats as a potential presidential prospect. Roy Cooper, he is the last gentleman here, North Carolina governor. He endorsed Harris on Sunday, saying she has what it takes to defeat Donald Trump and lead our country thoughtfully and with integrity. In office, Cooper overcame long-standing opposition in the state's Republican-led legislature and achieved one of his top priorities last year when North Carolina became the 40th state to expand Medicaid to low-income adults. First elected to North Carolina House of Representatives in 1986. Cooper has been a force in North Carolina politics for years. He rose to the Democratic Party majority leader in the state Senate and won his first statewide race for North Carolina Attorney General in 2020. He held the post for 4 terms. Not done. There were a total of 8. And these last 4 are really interesting. Gavin Newsom, California governor. He moved to endorse Harris on Sunday evening, writing, "No one is better to prosecute the case against Donald Trump's dark vision and guide our country in a healthier direction than America's vice president." Newsom has called for Democrats to go on the offensive, calling out the GOP stance on abortion restrictions, book bans, protections for the LGBTQ community, among other things. And he was a mayor of San Francisco from 2004 to 2011.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hold on. Pete Buttigieg.
Jesus.
He's the transportation secretary currently. His presidential run was historic because he was the first openly gay man to launch a competitive campaign for president. He broke barriers by becoming the first gay candidate to earn primary delegates for a major party's presidential nomination, and also became the first Senate confirmed out LGBTQ cabinet secretary in history. He was criticized for what was viewed as a slow federal response to the 2023 trail derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. He's often served as Biden's administration leading critic of airline industry following flight delays and other mishaps. Buttigieg previewed how he'd take on Republican Vice President nominee J.D. Vance on HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher recently. He said, "I know a lot of people like Vance, people like him who would say whatever they needed to get ahead. 5 years ago, that seemed like being the anti-Trump Republican, so that's what he was. 5 years later, the way he gets ahead is Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread." So that's a quote from him.
No, man.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
JB Pritzker. This is the Illinois governor. He is the heir to the Hyatt Hotel riches. Pritzker, who endorsed Harris on Monday morning, has navigated a series of issues that have dominated the 2024 presidential race, from gun control to, here we go again, reproductive rights. He signed an extensive ban on firearms and high-capacity magazines and signed first in the nation's legislation that prohibits book bans in the state. And the last one is Mark Kelly, the Arizona senator. He represents a state that Biden won only by 10,000 votes in 2020. National name recognition, both as a former astronaut and the husband of former Representative Gabby Gifford. You guys remember who Gabby Gifford is? Okay. He's been a reliable supporter of Democratic Party priorities while in office, but has occasionally bucked his party, such as in 2023, when he flatly called the influx of undocumented migrants across U.S. southern border a crisis. So these are the 8 top runners that she has to. I mean, obviously she can choose whoever she wants to choose, but apparently these are the ones that they are strongly recommending, if you know what I mean. So I feel like it's probably going to be one of these guys. But based on that, who do you think is probably going to be her pick?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not real familiar with a whole lot of those guys. And when I saw that question, I said the very first thing came to my mind was who had the most experience. And who had the most experience was that Roy Cooper dude. But listening to you talk as well, we also have to keep in mind that and I got it in my notes somewhere down there, so if I repeat myself, y'all forgive me. We got to keep in mind that Kamala don't have a whole lot of political experience herself, and so it's going to be important for her to have a VP that the Democratic Party is going to feel comfortable with running the country. Look, the whole time she been vice president of Biden, how much of her have we heard? Just be honest. We haven't heard a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how much of that office that she know about really. This goes to show you how blind we are and how ignorant we are as a people when it comes to politics. And when I'm saying ignorant, I'm not calling anybody dumb. I'm just saying, look, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And they know this and they understand that. But listening to you talk, man, I got this question and I hope I get back to your answer. Oh, let me go ahead and answer. I think Roy Cooper because of his experience, okay? That's who I think, okay? But there was another guy, Gavin Newsom, that you brought up. He might also be a qualified one because of his age, because you got to look, they got to think about the future as well, okay? He was a young guy. He was probably one of the younger of all of those, of that 8 that you had up there. So they got to think about their future as well. But the question that I have, we know that historically, we as so-called Black people, the Negroes of this country, we are heavy on that Democratic ticket. Did you hear some of the policies that some of those cats are feeling? How is it that you could be a Christian, you supposed to live your life Christ-like, Jesus-like, and you sing these hymns and pray these prayers and all of this here, and in good conscience, you can go and put somebody in office that is protecting gay rights and all of this different stuff that the Democratic Party, look, I'm not right or left, but I can tell you if I wedded this truth, I would be more right than I would be left, just on the sheer fact of what the left is trying to bring in, not trying to, what they have brought in off of their guy Obama. And what they need is somebody to keep that momentum going. And it's sad, man. It's sad. That Democratic Party is garbage.
Throw it in the trash can. Set it in fire and roll it down the street in the big green.
It's garbage, man.
It's garbage. Wow. Great soliloquy. Greatly well put, both of you. Everybody's seen the 8 candidates that potentially
T-minus 3 minutes.
North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, the pandemic, we were still in North Carolina before moving to South Carolina. He did, he stood 10 toes down, and the Democratic Party greatly elevated him. And just same thing with Gavin Newsom, governor of California, the same thing. So I think they would be 2 of the VPs that would be. Now we got balloons. Wow.
What you do, bro?
I don't know. They got balloons, fireworks, thumbs ups. They got balloons this time. Anyway, that's crazy. My choice, who I think is going to be the candidate, and I'm going to go into why, is Josh Shapiro. This is why. Jewish, governor of Pennsylvania since 2023. Now check this out. Did a little digging in this school. Attorney from Georgetown University Law Center in 2002, University of Rochester in 1995, the previous Attorney General before becoming governor of Pennsylvania in 2017 to 2023, and the Pennsylvania State Rep of 2000 from 2004 to 2012. So he's a career politician, but with that law, he's a great lawyer and prosecutor, just like the nominee. Okay, now, former President Barack Obama told Shapiro directly when he was president that he's among the 2022 generation of Democrats who need to have a voice in the keyword, what Sheer said, in the future of the party. according to people familiar with the conversation. Shapiro also endorsed Harris on Sunday, as Banav said, calling her a patriot worthy of our support. Now, here is where he's going to win some of the voters that CNN and Fox love to put that's on the fence, that was voting for Trump last time, but leaning Democrat this time, or being Democrat for a while and leaning to Trump. Here's what's going to get them. Remember the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump, and remember the guy that got shot
40 seconds.
and killed. This is what Josh Shapiro said about him. A MAGA person that loves Donald Trump. This is what a Democrat said. This is going to win the voters. He said his response to the death of Corey Comfortpour, the Trump supporter who was killed while shooting his wife and daughter, has especially been lauded by both parties. He said Corey was a girl dad. Corey was a firefighter. Corey went to church every Sunday.
10,
Corey
9,
loved his community.
8,
Shapiro
7,
said at the news conference
6,
a day
5,
after the
4,
shooting. And then
3,
he ends it.
2,
and Corey most
1,
definitely,
0.
especially, loved his family. You know how many Trump supporters that's going to win over?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's going to win over a lot.
It's going to win over a lot. And I think that's how he has a slight edge over
Cooper.
Newsom and Cooper. And I think the dark horse will be with the recent Mexico lady president. It will be the governor of Michigan. I forget her name, Whitmer. I think she's the dark horse. I think she could potentially also be chosen. But my choice is I think it'll be Josh Shapiro.
And I agree with you too on that. And when Banat was reading off those people, you know what I'm saying? And Shapiro came up, the very thing that you said, I looked at, because the other guy that was next to him was a Jew too.
Yeah.
You know, she married to a Jew.
Right.
Well, you got to also we got to look at the thing that they got to have somebody in there that can handle her. She got to have a handler. You know what I'm saying? She has to have a handler. So yeah.
And they always talking about having Israel's back. And with the whole thing with Gaza, it lines right up.
Yeah. Yo.
You know, he also was a I don't know if you mentioned this, but he also was thrown out there a couple of times to be candidate for president. So it definitely makes
a lot of sense. Exactly. Yo.
Yep, so.
It makes a lot of sense. And I'm gonna tell y'all,
time will tell.
That gum Jews, they already have infiltrated. Exactly. They done already. I mean, it's already theirs. It's been there since what? 1933.
Yep.
1933.
35. Yep.
Now they just coming out. You know what I'm saying?
They solidifying. They putting a cherry on top of the cake.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, before we roll into our next topics, we're gonna take a music break, and this is Who Dis from JL.
It's get it.
Who part? So they say they gon' save the law. Law said that he's on your knee. Really said that he loves the song. Yeah, just give all praise to the king. Let brother go through your love. Law said that we need to see. Same love to put life in a pain. Give all praise to the king. Really said he gon' save the law. Law said that he's on your knee. Really said that he loves the song. Yeah, give all praise to the king. Let breath to flow through your lungs. Law said that we need to see. Same love to put life in a pain. Yeah, give all praise to the king. Even still looking, but God is still working, protecting his people for certain. You've been made over, so know that it's worth it to give him the glory, the purpose. With time for your mind, to tell for salvation, Jehovah said it the best. Don't get made work to the fullest, it's also wide open when you need to rest. Now let me get back in it, drop some more facts in it. Keeping the king first, you have been forgiven and get past the penalty. So I ain't tripping up through sins and getting rid of it, living a life that's not cool, I'm sick of it. Y'all got things to show you, so no matter where we go, so y'all be in the midst of it. Y'all be the king that reign, y'all be the land that was slain. Y'all be the word that can break the chains and move mountains, a powerful name. Y'all be the author and finisher, director and the producer. Y'all be the lamp to my feet and light to my path is bright when I choose him. Y'all be your father, your brother. Y'all be your uncle, your cuz. I don't roll with people still a no limit soldier. I'm filled with the infinite love. Y'all the commander in chief. Y'all be the general and captain. Y'all be the awesome leader. Real reason we choose to seek and please believe it.
King, Lord of Lords, everything. take a minute and walk with me so I can put you on some real game. No, he not the same. No power, do anything. Open blind eyes, heal the lane. Heal your pain, move all your shame. What a sight to see, so awesome. The Prince of Peace. Who am I that you care so much that you would come to say little on me? Now that's real love, agape love from up above. He'll change your life and clean you up. There's so much power in his blood. Now that's real talk. Christ is Lord and he's our God. On this kingdom walk, know that he is king and our God. Me turn back, no, not ever been not. And get brand new, start acting like I done forgot how good he's been and the fact of how good he is. Gotta understand knows my flaws and all, but still he chose to call me his. Now that he lives forevermore, Yeshua live. Saving King is who he truly is. Like the Lord is who he truly is.
Now who that said to go out and preach to the lost souls we trying to reach? Who that said that he the shepherd, now go out and feed the sheep? Who that said he the son of man? Who that said he can heal the land? Who that said he can catch me when I'm falling with holes in his hand? Who that said they make the demons tremble when they heard his name? He death on the second day, on the third he rose from the grave. Who the one that can heal the sick? Who the one that can raise the dead? Who this man that fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? Who that said before you go to the Father, you gotta go through him. We are the children of light. I go to the place where it's dark and dim. Now we gotta walk like him. Now we gotta talk like him. Mark and persecution, but we gotta stand tall like him. Who that is that march to Calvary as a living sacrifice? Say that to follow me, cause he is the way and the truth and the light. They say he's the son of God. They say he's the Prince of Peace. Hey bro, who you talking about? Yeshua, Christ the King.
Who that said they gon' save the lost? Who that said that he's all you need? Who that said that he loves us all? We give all praise to the King. Who that breath to flow through your lungs? The sight that we need to see. Who that blood to put life in the veins? We give all praise to the King. Who that said they gon' save the lost? Who that said that he's all you need? Who that said that he loves us all? We give all praise to the King. Who that breath to flow through your lungs? Who that sight that we need to see? Who that blood to put life in the veins? We give all praise to the King.
Yeah. That's my brother J.O.L. and the crew. Who
Yep.
Who is?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
What we got?
All right. For the sake of time, we're gonna kind of jump around a little bit. We had one topic to talk about the Secret Service director who's on the hot seat. She's no longer on the hot seat because she reluctantly resigned. So I don't think there's too much we need to discuss on her. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So we're going to I'm actually going to throw up Israel orders new evacuation in Gaza as aid workers say bombing kills dozens. So the Israeli military ordered residents to evacuate part of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip on Monday and bombarded the area, killing scores of people and wounding hundreds, local health officials reported, adding to the misery of a city already deeply scarred by 9.5 months of war. I didn't even realize it had been that long, but it's been 9.5 months. The military said it was moving farther into Khan Yunis because Hamas was trying to regroup there and had used part of what was designated as a humanitarian zone to fire rockets towards Israel. The Gaza Health Ministry said 70 bodies were brought to Nasser Hospital and at least 200 other people have been wounded, figures that could not be confirmed independently, adding that others were almost certainly buried under rubble. Residents in eastern Khan Yunis were told to seek temporary shelter closer to the Mediterranean coast in an area that Israel has designated as a humanitarian zone, but that aid workers and displaced Palestinians say does not have basic supplies, including enough clean water for the legions who have fled there. What are your thoughts on the continuing turmoil between Israel and Hamas, guys?
What you got, yo?
Man, it's a straight genocide. It is what it is.
T-minus 3 minutes.
Genocide, and I believe it's political, but it is also biblical and spiritual. And I do think the current political climate with what we just talked about and how they are implementing their people in place is going to double down and solidify. Then this war will come to an end. But I've just mentioned, I didn't even realize it's been 9.5 months. That's crazy. And to see that picture, the article mentions something that is going to get even deeper And I think this side of the plate is going to give a lot of pushback. And this is why they're implementing their pieces into the U.S. government. Check this out. The UN has been stepping in lately with this.
T-minus 2 minutes.
The UN is getting involved due to reports of horrible conditions in certain areas that have been hit with civilians with no food, water, or shelter. But on top of that, here's the main driving point for mentioning that. Now, Louise Wateridge, a spokesperson with the main UN agency for the Palestinians, said that conditions in the humanitarian zone identified by Israel were very dire, with a lack of shelter, water, food, medicine, and sanitation, and that many civilians, not soldiers, but civilians who had moved repeatedly from one part of Gaza to another to seek safety were no longer sure where to go. See, for 9.5 months, guys, could you imagine a husband and wife, 6, 7 kids, an auntie and an uncle, grandma and grandpa moving like that? Walking, getting in random cars, taking cars and trucks from city to city to escape how Israel is advancing in. It says currently this was the site of a major Israeli military ground operation in the spring aimed at dislodging Hamas's military wing and destroying Hamas tunnels. At that time, Israel also told residents to flee, and many went south to the city of Rafah on Gaza's border with Egypt. Residents who returned to Khan Yunis in April said that parts of the city have been so badly damaged as to be almost unrecognizable. Now, here is the thing. In a separate incident Sunday, Felipe Lazzarini, the Commissioner General of the UN, said that Israeli forces shot at a 4-car UN convoy heading north to Gaza City, hitting one car 5 times but causing no casualties. Wateridge, who was in the vehicle that was hit, said that bullets had pierced the vehicle while it was stationary at a holding checkpoint in the front of the Wadi Gaza checkpoint. She described the incident as terrifying and said she was fortunate to have been sitting in the front passenger seat away from where the bullets penetrated the car. The Israeli military did not immediately respond to requests for comment. That is where this is getting serious. Now the UN is they have to get involved. They had a convoy hit going to get civilian aid. It's about to get, and with this whole political environment, this is where it's headed. It's about to get real because the UN is not going to play. They already been trying to bring charges on in Israel for the International Court.
They need to,
and I
believe they will.
I believe they will. Right, I believe they will. And what's going to happen? Whenever this new administration get in, they're going to stop it. And it's going to be
right. And that's one of the reasons they don't want Trump in as well.
There you go.
And before you start, and before you start the clock, I don't know if you heard Netanyahu address.
I heard about that.
And that brother told America, send us some more supplies and we can end it even quicker. Look, everybody is Hamas to them. There is no, you know what I'm saying? Right. There is no set group of people that's over there that is Hamas.
Right.
And we could see it by their actions. You could go ahead and start the clock, but not.
No, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke chapter 21 and 24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Talking about us. And shall be led captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. But guess what? Truth be told, Flex Podcast family, the Gentiles' time is almost being fulfilled.
Yep.
There has been absolutely no peace in that land since we have been kicked out. Exactly like the Most High said it was going to be. The article that I read said the health ministry in Gaza says over 39,000 Palestinians have been killed in this 9-month.
Crazy, bro.
Just think about that. 39,000 in 9 months. How can you call that anything other than a genocide?
T-minus 2 minutes.
Look at the timing of all this as well. This is the first time of a whole lot of these things that we're seeing in modern day history. first times are becoming a norm, man. And it's not just America, but all of these nations are falling apart. Name of this show is Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, and it's all unraveling. And when I did that, it was because we're starting to see America unraveling. But look at all of the nations that are around us. They all are unraveling. What's happening? The Trumps are blowing, people. The winds are blowing. We're getting to a point where our salvation for real is drawing nigh. There's a whole spirit that's working through Netanyahu, or whatever it is. A whole God is working through this dude and causing him to do the things that he is doing right now. If you don't believe me, go get on your Josh. Go get on your Jubilees. And go read. When Moses was dealing with Pharaoh, Pharaoh wasn't dealing with Moses. Moses wasn't dealing with Pharaoh. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was dealing with the power of Pharaoh. And every time Pharaoh said, I'm going to let these people go, that spirit that was in him, that God that was in him said, nah, we're going to keep him here. That's the same thing that's happening right now, what we're seeing. This is why he could get up in front of all of them people and say, you send us more artillery, we could get this thing over faster. What are they doing? They land grabbing.
2, 1, 0.
This is spiritual, people.
Said to be trodden, to the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's what it said. That land will be, man.
They cleaning up for us, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Well, speaking on the same veins of it's all unraveling, for those of you who were not aware, there was what's called crowd strike that happened last Monday, where over 1,000 flights within or out of the United States were canceled or were delayed due to this crowd strike. So hundreds of U.S. flights were canceled Monday, July 15th, as carriers, particularly Delta Airlines, worked to recover 4 days after a global tech outage caused massive delays and left travelers stranded at airports around the nation. The company said the outage was not caused by a security incident or a cyber attack, but rather a software defect. Overall costs from the outage could top $1 billion. Even with the flawed computer update rolled back, it's not a quick fix for airlines, which have computers at thousands of gates that will need to be individually rebooted. Hospitals, 911 systems, and government agencies were also affected. The widespread outage or widespread usage of CrowdStrike software means the outage penetrated numerous industries, including emergency communications, government services, and healthcare. Government agencies, including Social Security offices and local Department of Motor Vehicles offices, also temporarily paused their operation due to the outage. Public transportation in Washington, D.C. and Pennsylvania were affected, but restored operations by Friday. What do you think people should take from this crowd strike?
Yeah.
2 Ezra chapter 15, 14 through 19.
T-minus 3 minutes.
It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and the sword in their hands. There should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their king or princes. In course of their actions, they'll stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulations. Everything that the Most High showed Ezra in that chapter is happening in real time, people. We're looking at it right now. So what's really happening? Babylon, the great whore, is being judged. We have seen other nations around us, and I know you and I, we're right around the same age. I'm a few years older than you. But we've been seeing these other nations being judged since we've been kids, man. Those other nations over in the East have really, they are accustomed to missile strikes. They are accustomed to bombs going off. They are accustomed to people coming in and taking that what it is that they have. And while those nations over there was going through all that they was going through, you know what we was always doing over here in America? Business as usual. Buying houses, buying land, buying vacation spots, buying boats, taking vacations. We've been living a good life while the rest of the world has been being judged, and we go untouched. So what's happening? Babylon now is starting to be judged. Revelations 18:4-80 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Listen. That ye be not partakers of her sin, and that you receive not of her plagues, for their sins have reached to heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and no double, unto her double according to her works, and the cup with which she is filled, fill it to her double. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with the Most High who judge her. Look, this is not the last of this that we're going to see. That's my point that I'm trying to bring out right now. First, it was the phones. Then it was the banks. Now they hitting the travel. One of these mornings, we going to wake up, and all of you people with these electric cars, you ain't going to be able to go nowhere. You putting these smart devices in your house, your doors are not going to unlock. Why? Because Babylon the whore, she is being judged right before our eyes, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Awesome commentary, and couldn't agree more. Great scripture to bring out, because that's exactly what's happening. And to land back from your point,
T-minus 3 minutes.
One of our brothers, Zamar Yasharel, he was traveling, and he was in the airport. I hit him up, and he's good now, but he was in the airport for a couple of days, man, and Yasharel will feel a pinch of that judgment. We'll feel a pinch of it as America's getting it. But having a Goshen mindset, having a Wonderland mindset, we'll know that we're protected. So all praise to the Most High for that. But I thought about leave the world behind, man. Like you said, the cell phones, the transportation, the banks. I thought about the movie Leave the World Behind, talking about the electric cars. They want to be the saviors. This is what people should take. But only us is thinking like this. Only us is thinking scripturally where we are. 2 Edges 15, 14 through 19.
T-minus 2
2
minutes.
Edges 15, 14 to 19. But to add to what Shir was saying, verse 20, it says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to do what? Reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Man, what a mighty, almighty we serve, man. He say, look, y'all protected. I'm going to have them to turn against each other while y'all are escaping out. So, folks is terrified. The big one is coming. How Fred Sanford used to say, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. The big one, this is the big one. It's on the way. We've seen all the precursors. And again, they want to look like the
T-minus 1 minute.
A person who we just talked about a couple minutes ago in the couple topics before. Pete Buttigieg, the transportation director.
T-minus 50 seconds.
Delta's Bastion on Sunday, Delta Airlines, stating that all air carrier continues to struggle with a high number of flight cancellations, according to the department. He said, and I quote, I have made clear to Delta that we expect the airline to provide prompt cash refunds, not credits, to travel. to consumers who choose not to be rebooked, and free rebooking and timely reimbursements for food and overnight hotel stays to consumers affected by the delays and cancellation, as well as adequate customer service assistance to all of their passengers. There you go. They want to be the saviors. They got to look like they're coming to everybody's rescue. But only we see that. That's what we should take. But America, like she said, they sleep. Sports, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reed, that's all we worried about. That's all they want to be worried about. So they're not paying attention to the true scriptures and how this thing is unfolding. You're ready when it's coming.
And the sad part is, with you saying them wanting to be the saviors, the sad part is there are so many people who are going to be misled and misguided by them coming in to save the day, if you will, because airlines have historically not been very receptive to giving people the right amount of credits. Like all that time that we got delayed, do you know, for all the hours we delayed and all the people that we talked to who were delayed, who had events to go to, I don't know about them, but we only got $100 credit. What am I doing with $100 credit?
And that's a credit, not an actual refund, right?
Correct. Right. They love to give credits. They love to give vouchers, but they're not going to give you your money back. Right. Airlines have stood on that.
And you at their mercy. It's like I say, when you inside of that airport, once you go through TSA, it's like you in jail, man. Yeah. Like for real, you at their mercy. Now you can leave, but you got to go back through that process all over again.
Yep.
That's crazy.
You got to go back through that process all over again, man. And so it's like, a voucher, man. Yeah.
Well, we got another music break to get to, and then we'll come back with our Beyond Critical Race Theory, and then our last topic.
All right.
Good morning. It's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight. Life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here again.
Hallelujah. I thank him for the wake-up call. I pray, let me forward this to all y'all. I pray this reaches you in good health. I pray blesses you with new wealth. I pray and thank him for the sunrise. Even though sometimes it burns my eyes, but I'm wise, I might blink but never look away. Cause I know the truth and his light's the only way. Plus say, it's a new day, baby. Complain about that shit, you must be crazy. For sure, I'm feeling better than I ever been. Plus you know I'm fresher than a mannequin, whoa. And I thank him for the glow up. The blessings don't slow up. A toast, let's slow up. The spirit only go up. You low, bro, hold up. The table been prepared. All we gotta do is show up. Good morning.
Good morning. It's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight. Life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing, tomorrow's here again.
At night I pray for mercy when I close my eyes. Even though he gave me like a million tries. I pray he blesses you to see the truth. I pray he blesses me to be the proof. I pray and thank him for the sunrise. Even though sometimes it burns my eyes, but I'm wise, I might blink but never look away. Cause I know the truth and his light's the only way. Plus say, I ain't messing with you heathen. Waiting for the sky to crack to get even. For sure, I know we honest with the promise. Plus I'm watching time move fast, it's almost on us. Whoa. And I thank him for discernment. My spot, I hope I earn it. My old life burn it. The law, let's learn it. The table, we can turn it. And watch this world break up. If we just finally wake up. I woke up this morning. I smelled death in the air. Scented candles and a teddy bear. Mama tears and despair. Regret from a life not lived. And an oath not give. I know it hurts, little homie. But it's really just a nightmare. You could wake up right now and no longer be there. Preach.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight. Life goes on. You take some time.
eyes to dream next thing tomorrow. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. Soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning.
That's a whole vibe, man.
Yeah, that's that True Judah featuring Tone Jones, man.
Yeah.
I love that joint. I love that joint.
Look like they ought to have one of them, them old school Afro hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Applejack hat.
Yeah, Applejack, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. One of my favorite segments of the show, Beyond Critical Race Theory, which equals Beyond Critical Race Fact. And this story we're going to talk about tonight, it goes along with what's happening in Gaza, but most definitely what I believe we're going to touch on it here in a little bit. And the reason why I want to do this tonight, the recent unaliving of Miss Sonia Massey. The genocide is still going on to this day with our people, man. And I wanted to talk about the Aborigines of Tasmania, Australia. Because when I read this story at the end, you're gonna be like, wow. You hear about this, you've heard about it all your life, but of course, when I came into the truth, did a little bit more digging, did a little bit more research, and then over the past years, you kind of get away from it. But I ran across this story again, and I was like, okay, I got to do this, especially with what's happening in Gaza, and I mean Sonia Massey, along with countless others before. So, let's get into this. Aborigines of Tasmania, Australia. The British almost eliminated the entire Aborigine Tasmanian population of Australia in the 1800s by kidnapping, enslaving, torturing, and murdering them. Tasmania is an island located about 200 miles off the southeast coast of Australia. Archaeologists estimate that the so called black indigenous people crossed into the island on an ancient bridge which connected Tasmania to the continent of Australia. The peace and harmony that the Aborigines enjoyed for years was disrupted in 1642 when the first Europeans arrived on the island. A Dutch navigator named Abel Janssen was the one who led the expedition. In typical white explorer manner, he was quick to name the island after the governor general of the Dutch East India Company, Anthony van Diemen, and without the consent of the owners of the land, they continued to call the island Van Diemen till 1855. Before 1855, the British, as they scouted the world for lands to conquer and loot, reached the island in 1777 and invaded the land and turned it into a settlement for their prisoners and convicted criminals. By 1804, the British colonial government and their convicts started to slaughter and murder the Tasmanian Aborigines in cold blood because they didn't consider the Aborigines to be, guess what? Just like our Constitution over here, to be full humans. Ain't that something? They followed the lies of European scholars who twisted human history, placing Caucasians at the top of the pyramid and placing so-called black people at the bottom. Their mission was total annihilation of the so-called black race, and they wasted no time in decimating the Tasmania population. The Aborigines did not just sit back and watch the invaders destroy them. They put up a strong resistance. The British declared war and named the genocide, get this, the Black War of Van Diemen's Land. The war lasted for 27 years. 1803 and 1830. Now get this. Remember the 39,000 that we talked about in Gaza? Get this. In those evil years, the so-called black population of Tasmania was reduced to 5,000 to less than 75 people.
Wow.
75 people?
75. 75, y'all. And ain't no telling from 1803 to 1830. Ain't no telling how. It doesn't really say how much they got from that time. It just says that it went from 5,000 to 75, but I'm sure it was a lot more than that. But shouts to African Archives on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, for I got some of this information, but there's a lot more. I had to remind myself to dig a little deeper, and this will be a part 2 because I'm gonna dig a little deeper. But what you guys think about that? The Aborigines of Tasmania. 75
those people.
75.
All those people know how to do is kill.
And they say
steal and destroy.
That's all they know how to do. That is within them. That's their nature. I don't even understand. And it's the thing, we as so-called black people, we have always tried to reason with them.
Yep.
How can you reason with the devil?
That's it.
There's no way you can reason with the devil. For them to do that there, and they say that because they're not real people. Nah, you're not real people. That's how you're able to do something like that.
That's bro.
And your mate, yeah, we was on the Tasmanian island.
Yeah,
that was us.
That was our people.
That was our people that was over there. But it goes to show you too how these curses follow us wherever we go.
That's it.
So yeah, man, that right there, I never knew that what you was talking about, but that Dutch, the Dutch, what is it called again? Say it again. The Dutch, go back in your notes. It was Dutch something.
Are you talking about,
it was the Dutch something company. Dutch Indian company.
India company.
That is the same company as well. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but that is the exact same company that was the company that fostered the slave ships.
Yep. Dutch East India. Yep.
And this is where we actually go back and look it up for yourself. But this is actually where we get the term Indian from as well. Because the people that was upon the boats, they were employees of the Dutch Indian company. So therefore they called them Indians, and they dropped off in our land. So guess what? The Indians really look like you and I, not like they look like on them Westerns that we look at. Go back and check it out.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing
What
history,
you got,
man.
not?
No, it made me think of I'm about to date myself. Do y'all remember the talk show Donahue?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I do. I don't know if I
do. That was one of my grandmother's favorite shows before her soap operas came on. That was what we used to be able to sit in the house and watch. But I remember an episode, and it's on YouTube, so you'll see it circulate from time to time. But one of the things that came up is I don't remember who was actually all on the panel. I just remember Minister Farrakhan was on the panel, and they were talking about Black people having this history of killing their own and destroying. And one of the things that he brought out is, one, where do you think we got it from? And two, y'all don't have no room to talk, because that's how y'all got this country.
Right.
Like, you kill, destroy. That's how they get
everything.
That's how they get everything that they have. They have to go in and take it. Obviously, nobody's handing you anything, but they have to go in and take it and destroy everything, all life forms. That number that you threw out there, 75. Like, I can't even fathom how you get that many people and get them down to a number of 70.
Look at what they did to the buffalo.
No, I understand that, but animals and people are very different. You know what I mean? We're still killing up animals. I say we, but that's what they like to do. They like to hunt. So when you say that there's a certain number of animals left in the wild of this particular species, they have no problem going to hunt that thing down and say, oh, look what I did. I killed this. But killing an animal is very different than taking out the life of people. That is absolutely insane to me.
That's what Hezekiah said. I forget what song he said, but this is for all the people you done killed and all the babies you done raped. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk, man. And that scripture that I read, it said, give for everything that they done to you, talking about us. Give them a double portion of that. Babylon fits to get it, man. And Babylon don't just stop here in America. Babylon is Europe, exactly.
British, Dutch,
it's definitely far-reaching. Well, before we get into this last topic, I wanted to kind of hit a high note really quick. This is what your baby.
Yeah, I saw that.
What your baby put up.
This
was pretty sweet. And she gave us a shout out as well. So I thought that was very sweet. She apparently is not too mad at you.
May the Most High continue to bless you.
She 24 on the 24th in 2024. Come on, somebody.
All right. Very nice.
24.
Well, I talked about this maybe about a month ago, and I said it seems like every month we're having to do one of these type of stories, and unfortunately, here we are again. This one was triggering, and I don't like to use that word very often because anybody can say that they're triggered by anything, but this one was definitely triggering for me. If you have not watched the video, not that you absolutely have to know what happened here, but you're not going to get a full picture because we always say, somebody had their back turned or they had their hands up or, whatever it is that they may be that came across as unthreatening. But I think you have to fully see this one to understand how unthreatening this woman was. So if you don't know who Sonia Massey is, I'm about to show you a really quick clip and then we'll get into it.
Her final words were, "I'm sorry." 3 shots were fired. 1 hit the mother of 2 in the face. The other deputy says he will go to get his medical kit, but Grayson tells him not to.
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, headshot, dude. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Grayson can be heard on camera telling others what he says happened several times.
What else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to face.
Grayson also says several disparaging comments about Massey while she was on the floor bleeding.
Yeah, I'm good. It's crazy. I think she set it up on purpose. I have a choice.
The Sangamon County State's attorney did not buy Grayson's justification. Grayson is currently in jail on first-degree murder charges, 1 aggravated battery with a firearm charge, and a charge of official misconduct.
Whew. So, her family was not even aware that she had been killed by the police. They assumed that she had been killed by an intruder because Miss Massey actually called the police to report what she thought was an intruder around her home based on some noises or whatever that she heard. But she called them for assistance, right? I don't know if you guys paid attention to how many police were at that house. That was a little odd to me too. There was a yard full of police out there for this call. Just this one woman. It wasn't a major disturbance. It was one woman calling the police because she thought there was an intruder around her property. So this gentleman, Sheriff Officer Grayson, was actually terminated he was terminated for the death of Sonia Macy, who called 911 assistance. He has worked at 6 different law enforcement agencies. 6, y'all. 6 different law enforcement agencies where since August of 2020, he worked less than 1 year at the Auburn Police Department, 1 year at Logan County Sheriff's Office, and then just over a year with the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. He was also employed with police departments in Verdon, Kincaid, and Pawnee. He was arrested for a Class A misdemeanor DUIs once in 2015 and once in 2016. He was fired from this job last week and is being held in Sangamon County Jail without bond. If convicted, he faces prison sentences of 45 years to life for murder, 6 to 30 years for battery, and 2 to 5 years for misconduct. So what's listed here on the screen, I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but this just lists all the different places that he worked and the different reasons. So obviously the last one was a Sangamon County, terminated for cause. Logan County Sheriff's Office, he resigned. Auburn Police Department, he resigned. Verdon Police Department, he resigned. Kincaid Police Department, other. And Pawnee Police Department, other. So all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things prior to him coming to Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, and they still opted to hire this gentleman. I'm not even going to put the timer on. I'm going to let you guys kind of free thought this one. I don't know which one of you wants to go first, but yeah, this one was a tough one.
Yeah, I like what she said with the free thought. So as I'm talking, can you got something to say? Please feel free to talk. You too, but not because this here is, more than just a one individual talking to random or whatever. This is, it takes a discussion, but I find it freakishly odd that this happened during election year. 2020, people. Just 4 years ago. George Floyd was killed.
It's going to be different, though.
Yeah. Pretty much the same manner by police. This goes to show you that not just the Democratic Party is wicked. And I'm not saying that the Democratic Party has anything to do with this, but I wouldn't put it past them. But the whole government within itself is wicked. That's not a coincidence in my opinion. You heard Ayob tell you how they love to come in and save. They love to come in and fix. Do you understand how awesome of a talking point that this could be, especially for Black people? To get them to get your vote. I remember like it was yesterday, Biden having George Floyd's family there as he was accepting his win. You know what I'm saying? This here, man, was a straight out murder. Y'all guys done heard me say this time and time again because it always do. And for some strange reason they get off. But this dude here, man, look, he got a no bond and he deserves it. But Yob and Banath, I gotta ask y'all this question. With him being an officer in 6 different places, and then he come here and then he does this here. Can you guys agree with me when I say that he's not the only one that should be held liable for the death of Sonya, man?
Totally agree. I would like to know what, if you quit, better opportunity at another police department, more money, more benefits, better bosses. I get it. You want to leave the department because a new sheriff just got voted in. I get it. I understand that. But I would really like to know what the last 2 where it says other. I would like to know what those are. Could it be assault on somebody? Could it be you drew your weapon on some children? If it's something like that, then yes, absolutely. This right here, everybody who hired you, HR, everybody got to go down, because whatever those others are, and I don't know, Banath, if you could put that up on the screen so everybody can have a visual of what they just saw. But yeah, the last 2 times he left where it says other, I would like to know what those other is, what the details, because he probably got let go or got fired.
So let me tell you, from an HR perspective, what generally happens in situations like this. This says Illinois law enforcement, so this just means he worked in different counties, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't work in another state, and generally, when you work in the same county, they have the same database. Mm-hmm. The databases are generally set up where it's pre-populated for you to select these things: other, resign, terminated for cause, whatever. So it's pre-populated. You don't get to go in and just put something down. Like I can't say pulled a weapon on a minor. That's not an option. They're very strategic in how they put that information in there, so that it doesn't give away too much. Because if you think about it, depending on what's in there, it gives you the option to continue to be hired. Like, look, you didn't work out for us, but we're not going to block you. So we're going to put it like this, so you can potentially be hired somewhere else. Right. Those are the various reasons why they have it listed that way. It is very misleading, because there are things that you can actually put in the notes section of databases like this, but it doesn't populate. Like, you have to go look for it. And depending on what it is, if you list it as just other, it's automatically going to make them eligible for either rehire or to be transferred somewhere else. But like I said, the reason they listed it this way is so they don't block him from going to work somewhere else. They gave him another opportunity.
And that's the problem that I was talking about, because this is something that happens all the time in all cities and in all counties. They would become a police somewhere. They would do something that would cause them to either get fired or force them to resign, or have to resign, simply for them to go to another county or another city or even another state. And because of that, they have shown bad behavior. All you're doing is putting the people in the next town, next county, next city, next state. You putting them in danger.
Yep. And the fact that her dad didn't know. See, more stuff is coming out. He didn't know until, from what I understand, the police went to his house and asked what his daughter's address was. When he gave the address, they was like, "Oh, well, that's the address where the shooting happened tonight."
They found out online that a police officer did it. Yeah. Man, and the family had no idea that they knew she had died. They knew she had been killed, but they assumed it was based on the intruder that she had called to report. They found out online that it was the police officer that actually did it. And your favorite attorney.
There you go. This is, his camera was off. His body cam was off. It just happened that his partner rolled up and his camera
had his camera on.
Had his
already
camera on.
Willing to set it up. And then once everything, the dust settles, and you say, okay, this is one where we might be able to get something done, and it goes further and further and keep going up and up and up till something happens. Here come old Ben Crump. Yeah. He gonna get some money and the family some money, and it's gonna end right there. So ain't nothing to be done. That same way George Floyd. When you see Ben Crump, just know that it's money.
That's exactly. He's like a car wreck lawyer.
Car wreck cowboy.
Yeah, he like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, he come in. Go ahead, what you about to say?
Before we jump on the Crump bandwagon, I will have to say that the officer who came in with his camera already turned on, they said that dude was so distraught.
Yeah. You could tell.
He was very upset. Yeah. And I don't think this officer knew he came in with his camera on
because he didn't have his camera on.
Exactly. He didn't turn it on until after he had already shot her.
Right.
He had his camera on. So that's how they were able to to tell that the story that he gave is not actually what happened.
I'm finna say something, man, and y'all understand that this is just pure me. This is me talking. I'm meaning what I'm saying, but I don't have any facts to it. It's just me knowing people and how people operate. The way he shot her, and there are other videos out there that you could go and watch. They're holding a conversation, man. Absolutely. From the front porch, inside of the house. They holding a conversation. There was nothing threatening about the conversation in no time. There was nothing that
you're talking about Sonya and the officer.
Yeah, Sean Grayson and Sonya. They holding the conversation the whole time. He's actually polite on the porch. Right. He's polite when he go into the house. He's looking around the house. If you go and watch this video, in my mind, I'm thinking that the whole time he was there, from the time he rolled up, he's probably trying to figure out a way on how he could kill his woman. He sounds like a predator. You know how a young lady will go out with a dude, and she just going out with him on a date, but the whole time he out with her, he trying to figure out how he could take him some. You know what I'm saying? The way he killed this lady is crazy, man.
It escalated quick.
He shouldn't asking for her ID when she was sitting. Like, if you come and check out, okay, there's nothing around the house. Okay, man, we'll give us a call if anything else happens, and then they out. But I was talking to my wife and my family earlier. This is most definitely spiritual, and what I have yet to see any body vloggers on YouTube talk about. I've seen numerous videos, but nobody is talking about when she rebuked him, right?
Me and my wife talked about that.
What attracted him out of all the officers that could have got that call? Now, first, the activity outside the house. Was it fallen Malakim? Was it Malakim? Was it Ruach's bad, evil spirits?
Right.
That she heard and called 911 that attracted the same Ruach in him.
Right.
Because like Mashiach said, these Ruachs don't find rest on this side until they do what they were supposed to do in the earth, which is murder.
That's right.
So I have yet to hear, and that's an angle where everybody's kind of staying away from. Because when she rebuked him, whatever Ruach he had on him, it triggered.
It woke up. Delta and I was talking about that. I believe it was just last night. And we as Hebrews, we forget, man. We come into this truth and we begin to forget where we were. And this is the truth. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I need people to listen to me. We are the seed of Jacob. Always have been, always will be. No matter where we are, the Most High has his eye on us. We are, according to Amos, we are the only, out of all the nations, we are the only one that he have known. Right. Christianity is a strong delusion that he gave to us. But in that delusion, with us being him, he has always had his eyes on us. So when you talk about the name of Jesus, do I call upon it now? No, I do not. Why? Because I'm not a child anymore. I'm a man. In other words, I've learned better. So when you learn better, you do better. But for all of these years and centuries, that is the only name that our people have ever known. Like I told Delta, the name of Jesus, I'm quite sure is the reason why I'm here today. That's the name that my mama called on when she was praying for me. And if you don't think that the Most High honored that name when his people called on it, because that's the only name that they knew, you were crazy.
Right.
And so when she called that name,
she spoke authority over him.
That's the only name that she knew. That name triggered something in that man's spirit, and he went from Sean Grayson to a whole evil spirit.
Watch the movie Nefarious. I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie, but a psychiatrist had to go to the prison to talk to a possessed man. And This is along that line. Something happened.
She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That brother said, I will shoot you in your effing face.
That's what he said.
The other cop didn't even feel threatened. He pulled out his gun when the first cop pulled out his gun.
Yep.
What's the name of the movie, Ayo? Can we drop it in the?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. The movie is called Nefarious on Netflix. And just to put it simple, when the psychiatrist went to ask him and he was sitting down with him and asked him his name, he said his name was Legion. So you already know what verse that goes with. Legion, we are many. This dude was off the hook. And I believe something like that. There's wickedness in high places. On earth, he's in a high place of authority as a policeman, but the ruach he has in the Shamayim in the heavens, in those realms, is a high-ranking whatever entity it was. It was an entity of murder and malice. He went, like Shir said, I believe he went there he had murder on his mind.
Yeah, murder on his mind. Yeah, the other thing if you have never watched the movie Fallen, oddly enough, police officers, if you never watched the movie Fallen, it is, as you would say, diabolical. Watching what that movie alone is what helped me really understand that spirits do exist on earth like that, and they can transfer from person to person depending on what you allow around you. We brush up against people every single day. Every day.
Exactly.
We got to be mindful.
Exactly. I want to read something too, if y'all don't mind. This is in John chapter 8. Yakanan. And this is verse 15. These was the words of the Messiah. And he was talking to the Pharisees again. He said, you judge after flesh, I judge no man. And it's a period right there. When I read that the other day, I say, what is he saying? Just as soon as I asked that question to Ruwak, she said it on me. Read it again. You judge after the flesh, I judge no man. We talked about Pharaoh and Mestema. We talked about that.
Yep.
Look, kings don't go out. Kings sin.
Yeah.
Y'all should say, look, and we do it all the time. We'll judge people off of their actions, the things that they do. He said, I don't got time to be judging no man on their actions. I judge Ruwaks. That's what he's saying now. You judge after the flesh, I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true, for I am not alone, but I am the Father that sent me. We are dealing with Ruachs, people. We are dealing with spirits.
Listen.
If you are a lustful individual, that's a spirit of lust.
Absolutely. Con.
If you are a liar, that's a spirit of lying. If you are a murderer, that's a spirit of murder. And these spirits will have no rest, like the ox said, until they have done what they have come to do. So when you are judged, your soul is going to be judged for the ruach that you allowed to live within you.
Your soul. You can't see your soul with your natural eye. That's what
I'm
saying. Your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, your conscious, your subconscious. Those are your thoughts.
Those are your thoughts.
And whatever she heard outside, whatever activity that they got there and didn't check, it was something on that dude. That's what that activity was from. And it was a precursor. Again, there are no secrets. We keep saying it. There are no secrets in the spirit realm. Everything that's in the spirit will be exacted in the earth. It's just a matter of time. There's no time in the spirit realm, but there's time here.
It's crazy you said that, because you are so true, and we got a son over here that really don't even believe in time. Like this dude do not believe in time, man. It's funny talking to him, but yeah, man, that pierces my heart, and it's yeah, man. But I do not think that it's a coincidence, even if the parties don't have anything to do with it. The gods of this world has something to do with it happening around the same time. First George Floyd, and now Sonya Mason, right around election time.
I don't even want to put George Floyd in the same conversation with her for various different reasons. They tried to make George Floyd a martyr and make him out to be this person. I don't think anybody describes him better than Candace Owen. This woman literally did nothing. She called the police for help.
Yeah. I'm not comparing them. I'm talking about the election year.
I understand that. I'm just saying in this regard, she deserves to stand by herself on this particular platform because like I said, I don't care how you look at it, slice it, dice it. We've had people, his hands were up, but he turned around and I felt threatened. There was nothing this woman did that said that she was a threat to the. Did you see how big this dude was?
Yeah, he towered over her. He could have hit her with the taser in the foot, and she was like, "Come on."
Anything other than a headshot.
He didn't even think about pulling a taser, man. No. And I think y'all may say it. The conversation says it all. When the dude went to go get the medic thing, he like, nah, you don't need it, man. She done. That was a headshot.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what it was.
If that camp hadn't been rolling,
they could have said they got there. She had a gun. When they entered the home, they checked outside for no activity. They was going to enter the home to end the report, and she shot herself. That's exactly what they would have said.
Well, do you other officers were asking where the gun was because they assumed there was a gun.
Had to have been a gun.
They assumed there was a gun,
right?
And he's like, "Oh, there wasn't one. Right. It was a pot of
hot water. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to take a pot of hot water, boiling hot water to my face.
She would have done it. You could have, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, the distance they were. All right, guys. Well, we don't want to wear out the patience of the saints.
Love y'all.
Unless you guys have something else, I do have one quick little thing that I wanted to say. One of my favorite little people in. Did you put Ben Ayob up there? Ayob.
That's been up there the whole time. I meant to change it earlier, but it's stuck.
Yeah, one of my favorite little people is not doing too well right now. He's not feeling well. So just keep Ayob's family in prayer and pray that our little friend comes out on the other side, the same little person. He's such a sweet soul. He's actually who gave us our outro. When we hit y'all with the
Twice out. That's right.
Twice out, y'all. So, 58 shares on Facebook. Man, love you.
All praises. Oh, yeah. And I do want to make this announcement. Last week's show, we were over 100 views
at the end of the show.
Yeah, at the end of the show. Yeah. So look, I don't know who's watching, but we do want to say thank you. If you want to keep yourself anonymous, that's cool. But I do hope that you are enjoying the content that because it's not easy, people. I say that all the time. It's not. We work over here, man. We really do.
Well, it's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love. Ayob, I thank you. Banath, I thank you. We will see you guys next week. We got an outro.
We do have an outro.
We got an outro.
As a kind viewer.
Let's get it.
Until next week, guys.
Twice out.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to thank the Most High for taking the things of the world off of my shoulders.
Let me put some sauce on that thing real quick.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Lord, you made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure.
I want wisdom, understanding. I don't want no life with a righteous family. I want a wife that love you more than she love me. Wanna show my people that they royalty. Wanna live by your commands, on your word we stand. I'd rather be touching scriptures than touching these banks. Them riches gon' profit nothing in a day of wrath. I was living in my mess, I had to take a bath. Creating me a clean heart, Abba made me pure. The things of the world, y'all, it's time to ignore. I want love, I want peace, I want everlasting life. Well done, my good and faithful servant, walking in that light. I'm on this narrow path, trying to save a soul. I want my people in Jerusalem, the days are old. I wanna get to the homeless, show them that he care. I wanna get a homeless, hope we almost out of here. Gave your example through your son, and it's the only way. Ain't no pagans over here, we keepin' holy days. I want my people, stop the killing, we dropping the prophets. I want us come back to the laws, it ain't no other option. Don't want no hate up in my heart, not over no doctrine. I want the fruits of the spirit, y'all could keep the nonsense. I had to renew my mind, I had to free my conscience. I had to confess my sins, I had to be honest. I want the Ruach HaKodesh to come into me. I only trust the Father, not the enemy. The Father word, he came and cleansed the enemy. I only want the Spirit, so I'm killing me. The Father gave me righteous things that I desire. I wanna see the kingdom, not the lake of fire. I don't want no drugs, scriptures got me higher. If we coming up here, how we gon' make it higher? Desires pure. You made my 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 desires pure. Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. See all that weight that was on our shoulders. You made my desires pure. Was the things of this world. You made my desires pure. I wanna say thank you, Father. You made my desires pure. Getting that weight off our shoulders. Hallelujah.